how is it possible for an animal to consent to a human being? My answer was,
The answer is they can't.
the same way it consents to another animal.
No, you're dog whistling, porking a dog.
People have interpreted that as me saying all actions sexually towards animals are permissible. Sure, it's possible.
He's not beating the allegations.
I said, yeah, Loli should be legal. When you put people in jail for the rest of their lives, that's causing harm.
This is like it's so hyperbolic intentionally.
There's a section timestamped in his video literally just about me liking Scar from The Lion King. Actually, yes.
I'm happy that you cleared up that you weren't a degenerate.
There are qualities about real lions that I find so unattractive.
Sounds like you really thought about doing it with lions. Very strange. It's a few days. It's a few days coming. You know, we took a little break, but I'm curious about YMS's response to Rob Media's video about him. It was interesting. Some of it was just like silly, and I didn't care. But there was a couple of things that were. This is the video. Idiot influencers. YMS. Your movie sucks. Or you watch my reaction. Obviously, I advocate for that. But there were some few weird things that the guy said about drawn images depicting certain ages of people and animal breeding. It's right here.
He became.
So yeah, let's watch his response, man. Let's do it.
So here's my situation. Yeah, I guess I'll explain for people who didn't know. While I was at TIFF, within the first 24 hours of me showing up at
Why are you holding it like that?
TIFF. Oh, no problem, BC. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Within the first 24 hours of me showing up at TIFF,
I don't know what that is.
a hit piece video gets released about me.
I read some of the comments that this guy put in there to respond, and they were just like unhinged. They weren't even like good responses.
And essentially the entire thing is just like copy and paste Kiwi Farms, right? Like somebody read my Kiwi Farms thread, zero skepticism, accepted it all as fact. Meanwhile, they have like, you know, top 10 Sam Hyde moments on their channel, and
Oh, do they? That's probably not great for Rob. Sam Hyde is a white supremacist, so people need to stop pretending he's not.
their Instagram is a picture posing with him, and it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna take Kiwi Farms just at face value, then like,
Okay.
you know, don't they have a thread accusing him of being a pedophile? Like, isn't there like a bunch of shit about that? Like, anyway.
Yeah, I think that there is some people accusing Sam Hyde of talking to a 16-year-old. Frankly, I have no idea how valid it is. I've seen it a few times, like the claim. Yeah, he does have like all the insanity of fish tank, continued insanity of fish tank. You know, I mean, that would be a criticism. Sure. I don't know if it's as bad as the ones against you, but...
So that's already kind of weird.
Posing with Sam Hyde. Is he just like digging through this guy's Instagram? I didn't even see a picture of him with Sam Hyde in here.
So they released this video
Archive?
of me while I'm at TIFF. I don't even know about it until like...
Oh, he went to Disney Springs 361 weeks ago, so that's cool.
3 days into it. And the only reason I find out about it is because I'm getting messages on my phone.
Whoa, where else would you get them? I feel like if you didn't talk about it, it wouldn't get signal boosted, though.
Being like, you're a pedophile, posted to my Facebook? I'm like, what? I'm noticing like...
Well, when you're defending people torquing it to drawn Loli, you know, I think that maybe that's a tough take to have, but I mean, I'd say it's bad, but that's just a hot one.
You know, other comment notifications, very unhinged, very like legit. It seemed like minors, just the way that.
What?
You know, the way. Excuse me. The way.
What seemed like minors?
That they were talking.
The comments seemed like minors from the way they were talking. Are you like an expert? I'm a little confused. What? What?
Generally, the type of people to, you know, go on a weird tirade and accuse, you know, show up to someone's page and start a thing like that. Generally, those people tend to be minors. And so I'm like, okay,
What?
what's going on? And so I ask,
I don't know.
you know, my
What's going on?
editors, Like, is there something that's going around? Because I don't even know what this is. They're like, okay, yeah, this video has been going around.
Well, first you said you were getting the message on your phone. Now you're saying you were asking about it. Okay.
I look at it. It's got like at least 50,000 views by this point.
Okay.
And it's from a channel that has like almost 100K subs.
Okay.
And so, you know, videos like this have been made for my entire time on the internet.
So why did this one bother you extra?
You know, not starting out, but as soon as I was like big enough for it to be a thing.
Okay.
But this one was getting a good amount of traction, as in, you know, it was, I knew
This guy talks so slow.
about it because of the comments that I was getting. People were saying that I should, you know, answer for, I guess, my thought crimes, which my thought crimes are not even the accusations. They're not even like, okay, I'll just explain from the beginning.
Yeah,
So-
let's hear it.
I'm the type of person where I have always valued the concept of free speech and open expression.
Sure. Cool stuff.
Right? My core audience knows this.
Okay.
My core audience knows that I'm a person that like finds a lot of value in philosophy, right? And a lot of moral, ethical, philosophical discussions.
Gotcha. You're just a real smart guy. Okay.
And that I'm the type of person that promotes the
Maybe better than us?
idea that like, in most cases, it's not like black and white, you know? There's nuance to most things.
Hispanic people do exist. That's true.
There's gray areas to most things, right? And so if somebody has the position of like, oh no, 100% this, then I'm the type of person to go like, well, you know, there might be a scenario. It's possible, right?
We get it. You're a debate, bro. Okay.
That it's not 100%. Here's an example of something fitting into the 1% or whatever, right?
Okay.
And so various subjects have been requested for me to give my positions on.
It's funny because like right now, what he could say is like, listen, over the years, I've done some debate bro shit. Like, I'm not proud of it, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's how like the internet was back then. I'd done some debate bro shit. I'm not proud of it. Even if he still holds the positions, that would have been the smarter way to operate.
In
But
Twitch chat or whatever,
I think instead he's going to justify his bad perspectives.
you know, like live streaming, playing games. These subjects include abortion, right? Assisted suicide, drug legalization.
Okay.
You know, like many countless controversial topics that me as an early 20-something-year-old,
Okay.
when my audience, you know, the
Early 20-something-year-old? Isn't this guy... How old is YMS? This guy's 34. Oh, okay, I guess so.
amount of people watching my Twitch stream was like 30 concurrent viewers, which, you know, not that different from today, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, will I get distracted if TTS is on? Whatever, I'll keep going.
That seems to be the case.
Many controversial subjects. And people would feel comfortable asking me about these subjects, right? And I was comfortable just speaking my mind. So one of these controversial subjects is animal welfare, specifically like human-animal sexual interactions, right?
What?
Animal welfare. Fine. So one of these controversial subjects
Okay.
is animal welfare, specifically like human-animal sexual interactions, right?
Okay.
And my position has always been that even though I would like it not to happen, even though I don't like that thing, you know, I have no interest in it, and I would prefer if other people don't do it.
Same.
If you give me a world, you know, where no people are doing that versus a world where people are doing that, I would choose the world where no people are doing that, right? That's always been my position. However, I do find it stupid that many of our legal policies regarding this issue are not based on the welfare of the animal, right? And so if you look at the things that we consider to be acceptable, ignoring the meat industry, right? So literally just animal breeders, and you can do that for fun, right? You don't have to be a licensed animal breeder. You can just be someone that's like, I would like to play God. I would like to combine these two animals into another one, right? That's legal, socially acceptable. In order to do that, like they sexually interact with the animal, right?
Well, I guess they have the animal sexually interact with another animal. Sure. I guess. Okay.
This is not a debatable fact. Like this is real life. It's happening right now. There are podcasts of like doctors talking about the different ways they do it. They opt to do it usually by off the animal because it is less harmful.
I've never heard that before.
For the animal than letting them do it themselves. Like
because what?
Because it is less harmful for the animal than letting them do it themselves. Like this is true, right? This is verified, scientific, not debatable, right? And so that same action, right? If somebody is doing it but has a different thought in their head, right? If their thought isn't, oh, I'm going to take this semen and force another animal to be pregnant because I think it's funny or whatever, and I just would like to play God. If that's not their thought, but their thought is instead, oh, this is hot or whatever, people believe that person should be in jail.
Maybe. I will say I think that in general, the argument here is that you shouldn't like... I think most people, when they think of bestiality, they don't think of off a dog. I think most people are like, oh yeah, you shouldn't like put yourself in it or let the dog put it in you. You know, I think that the jerk off argument's probably very niche, generally speaking. So, but okay.
Which, if you believe that, that's fine, right? But just admit that you want them to be in jail for a thought crime, right? You want them to be in jail.
I mean, I don't know about jail, but definitely some kind of punishment. No, like some kind of like, that's a bit inappropriate. You know, maybe not jail, but maybe like maybe some community service, at least for the first time.
Because of what was happening in their brain, not because of the welfare of the animal, right? Okay. If it was because of the welfare of the animal, then you would also believe that other people should be in jail for doing the same thing. Again, not even considering the meat industry, not even considering that. So, well,
we're kind of talking about, we're also talking about the difference between dogs and cows. We have different moral values on them. But if you want to be like, oh, they're the same, I mean, that's fine, whatever. You know, I think we should, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, there's kill shelters, you know, you might as well feed that to somebody. I'll have a dog burger. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude. I'd try it. Why not? Fuck it. As long as it's healthy and clean, I don't give a shit. What are the macros on that kind of thing, you know? But I think that would generally be like the argument, like, hey, some animals are for this or that, or okay, that's fine. Okay.
You know, so
I think that we'd probably be better off just like banning animal breeders, maybe, or figuring out a way to make it work out better, like more like a less abusive scenario. I mean, then I get into a conversation of like, is it okay to have a dog? You know, I imagine that the amount of dogs that we have will reduce if we don't breed animals. But you know, my mom has a dog that was adopted from an animal breeder, and like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that the dog was abused. So it's not like it's the nicest fucking industry.
That's been my argument. And then the second argument with animals.
I mean, I imagine there's probably protocols on it, but they definitely need to be more robust protocols, I would say.
Welfare is more of a philosophical one where people will ask. People have asked me, how is it possible for an animal to consent to a human being, right? And my answer was the same.
The answer is no. The answer is they can't.
Way it consents to another animal. Now people have...
Dude, see, this is the problem, dude. Oh my God. He went on like a whole thing that was like, okay, maybe kind of convincing. Oh, you know, that abuse, dog breeding is like abusive and we eat animals. So like, if you think that that's okay, then like, then you should also think that like doing it with the dog's okay. I was like, I don't really agree, but okay, I guess I see your logic in error. Like, yeah, it should be consensual. Should be consensual. What? No, you want to, what you're doing is you're dog whistling the defense of pork and a dog. That's all you're doing.
Interpreted that as me saying animals want to have sex with human beings and therefore it's all good or whatever.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
People have interpreted that as me saying all actions, you know, sexually towards animals are permissible because of that.
Which ones are
That
permissible?
is not my position.
What's your position?
My position is that, sure, it's possible, right? So
no!
when someone presents me with a...
Dude, this guy is not beating the fucking... He's not beating the bestiality allegations, dude.
This is 1,000% not possible. And I go, okay, well, it's...
This is his big defense of being called out for justifying animals doing it, or people doing it with animals, by the way.
Probably possible, based on I don't know. Look on any Reddit thread about dolphins.
I'd rather not. I don't really use Reddit. Maybe you shouldn't. You should stop.
Right? One of the most upvoted comments.
He's dog whistling. He's fucking dog red racketing right now.
This will be dolphins rape people.
Wow, that's terrible.
I don't know. Like, that's not informed consent, but they're clearly doing a thing, right? They're initiating a sexual interaction, right?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking
with
about?
a human being. Otherwise, we wouldn't be saying dolphins raping people. We would say, the humans raping a dolphin, right? If you look up...
Well, we're talking about dogs right now, so this is kind of like a side conversation. It feels like you're using dolphins doing this to people, I guess, as like an excuse to be able to do it to dogs. I don't really understand.
Like, I don't know, anything about ostrich farmers and the relationship that they have with ostriches, right? Like, there are species of animals where they literally won't reproduce unless the human being is around. And that might be a result of domestication, obviously, right? In the wild, that doesn't happen. With ostriches, it appears to be something where, like, they see the human as, like, the alpha or something. Like, there's a bunch of different examples, right? So I've said things like, things that are a part of our common knowledge in pop culture, like America's Funniest Home Videos, right? There'll be a clip of like, a woman fell down a hill, and then the dog just starts humping her. And so my response is the dog not consenting to some sort of sexual act?
Well, no, so then, like, if you really want to actually have this philosophical conversation, like, this guy pretends that he's a fucking philosopher while justifying fucking dogs. You would argue that you've effectively groomed the dog in a different way. You have created an atmosphere where you are the only available partner for the dog, and you've got them bound to you in a certain way where they're willing to do anything for you. And so, like, if you were this magical philosopher that you pretend to be, you would have acknowledged that argument already, and we wouldn't be having this discussion here. But apparently you're unable to do that. So is it really worth having the discussion with somebody like you? That's silly what you're saying.
By doing a sexual act on the human, right? Sure, it's not informed consent, right? And that doesn't mean, dog's humping you, therefore you can do something else to it. I never said that, right?
That is the act. That's the implication. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm saying that the act in of itself that the animal is doing is one that it is consenting to, right? By their version of consent, not by my version of consent, which is informed consent. So my standard for the people that I have sex with is informed consent. Not just informed consent, actually, enthusiastic consent, right?
Wow, great.
Like, I'm a fucking sub. Like, I literally can't get off to people that...
I don't need to know any of this information.
Don't want me. I find it unattractive for people to be stupid by human standards, right?
But I'm also not surprised.
So, like...
Fuck.
Yeah, people twisting this into just because I have a belief that, it's probably possible based on not...
It's probably possible. Okay.
Informed consent, not informed consent, but whatever version of consent that animals have, which I would assume they have to be able to have, unless we're to say that every animal having sex with other animals is rape. Like, two animals having sex with each other, that's not rape, right?
No.
Like, maybe...
I mean, we're not... Well, I guess we are animals, but we're not like that... We are different. We're just built different. We're not that type of animal, I guess you'd say. Okay. I don't know. He's making it worse. He's really not making this any better for himself.
We'll say that it's if it's like ducks or whatever, but like we're not saying that every instance of every animal having sex with each other has that position, correct? Therefore, they have...
Why do you think about this? Like, why is this a conversation you even... Like, why do you have a formulated argument, a formulated in-depth argument defending doing it with animals? Like, that's like very strange that's something that you feel like you need to, that you like felt like you needed to like deeply consider having like a very in-depth argument justifying bestiality. It's simply very strange behavior. I don't know what else to say.
Some version, their own version of consent, right? That they are capable of. So again,
okay, well, we don't engage in that version of consent because we are peoples. Fuck.
It's not informed consent. Right? It's not the human standard of consent. I was only ever talking about the perspective of...
Yeah, but you're saying that you're saying that you can merge the two. That's your fucking problem.
The animal, which people who get really fucking emotional about this just forget or don't have the ability to wrap their heads around, right? So...
We're just too stupid, guys. That's what he's saying. We're too dumb to understand his big brain. Yeah, that's all my positions on animal welfare shit is the laws are contradictory. Doesn't mean I want it to happen and doesn't mean it should happen, right? Okay.
Just they appear to be based out of disgust for what's happening in someone's brain rather than actual concern for the animal. And I would like it if people were honest with themselves, right?
Okay.
And then consent, like, sure, it's possible, right? It's not informed consent. It's not my standard for consent. But it seems...
But you think it's okay. That's what you're saying, yeah. I mean, like, you're dancing around your own take because you know it's fucking stupid, so I don't really, you know, just have the balls to be like, yeah, I want to fuck a dog. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, that's weird, but you know what? At least I guess I could respect you being honest, but you're being super dishonest right now, obviously.
Seems possible, right? It seems like they have their own version. I don't see why that's such a big deal for me to have said that. Anyway, third thing, I guess second thing, there were two parts to the animal one, but third thing that's now floating around as of, I guess, the past year, something that I haven't talked about for over a decade, and I honestly forgot I even like said this because the clip's so old. Like over 10 years, I don't even know how long it was. It was like, no, it has to have been like 10 years ago. Anyway, my position, somebody asked me what I think of like the ethics of Loli, whether or not it should be illegal, right? And I said, yeah, Loli should be legal.
Okay, I disagree. All right, so it sounds like you're going to disavow that take.
I've said is at least decriminalize, right?
Oh, that doesn't sound like you're gonna. Okay.
I don't know. Like, I was in my early 20s, but I essentially have the same position where if there are only consenting adults involved in an action, even if that action is someone drew something that is disgusting, that I think is disgusting, that most of us think are disgusting and offensive, right? If the action only involves consenting adults, I don't think people should go to jail for it, right? That doesn't...
Listen, I'm not really concerned with jail or not, but there should be some kind of a punishment if you're drawn depictions of kids, right? Like I you know, especially if it's an actual person. You know, like that Shadman guy drew Keemstar's daughter. Right? That was horrible. But like, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, not to lean into it, but it seems like a slippery slope. Like you start looking at, you know, drawn images of young people. Like how long until you start actually looking at young people? Like how does that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It seems like, why do we need that? It doesn't really seem like a particularly positive or productive thing at all. I think it should be against the laws, guys. It doesn't really seem to be a good thing, but okay.
Doesn't mean I think it should be celebrated. That doesn't mean I would like more of that to exist, right? That doesn't mean I would like it to be out in public and available like on a fucking grocery store shelf. That just means I, as a principled person, right, with strong feelings about like harm reduction, when you put people in jail for the rest of their lives, that's causing harm.
I don't think anyone's being put in jail for the rest of their lives. Are people put in jail for drawing Loli? I don't think anyone's going to jail for drawing Loli. I don't think it's a bad thing if it's. I think it should be illegal. I think you could get like a punishment, but like no one. But like this is like it's so hyperbolic intentionally. Hey, do you think Loli's bad? Yeah, I think it's bad. Oh, whoa! So you think that you should put somebody in jail forever for it? Well, I mean, not necessarily. It's not like foreverable. It's still not good, but I don't think it needs to be a forever conversation. But like this guy's going to the extremes on purpose because he's just debate broing. He's not actually like trying to have a conversation because he wants you to think that this is okay. This is it's like a dog whistle. It's fucking virtue trolling here. He's just dog whistling. He's being stupid on purpose.
Right? If someone is doing something that only involves other consenting adults, they should not go to jail. Now, if you come up with a scenario and you go, well, what about this? And your example involves someone else who is not a consenting adult, then obviously that's not what I'm talking about, right? As soon as you come up with a scenario that involves someone else who is not a consenting adult, then they should go to jail or face some sort of consequences. Like, I don't know, like it's clearly not a black and white issue, right? You know, if
I feel like it is. Okay.
If some people are saying they don't believe that there's a single person on the planet that's attracted to like anime characters.
What?
That isn't also like attracted to children or whatever.
What?
I don't know if I believe that.
Sorry, I gotta re-listen to that.
Saying they clearly not a black and white issue, right?
Okay.
You know, if some people are saying they don't believe that there's a single person on the planet that's attracted to like anime characters.
Yeah, I like Lulu from Final Fantasy X, which she has big tits, so she has to be an adult, right? She's 22. And when that game came out, I was a baby. So if anything, she's the groomer. But let's continue.
That isn't also like attracted to children or whatever.
What?
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't even know how to parse through that. I have what?
Saying they don't believe good issue, right? You know, if some people are saying they don't believe that there's a single person on the planet that's attracted to like anime characters that isn't also like attracted to children or whatever, I don't know if I believe that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they exist, but it's bad.
Right? Like I don't believe that everybody that wants to fuck Twilight Sparkle wants to fuck a real horse, right? I want to fuck Scar from The Lion King. I don't want to fuck a real lion. So it's really easy for me, you know, to imagine what it would be like to be another person who's not me.
Yeah, that's crazy. So just to be clear, there's probably going to be a difference between Scar, an animated, an anthropomorphic character in some way, right? They're a person, dog, whatever. Twilight Sparkle, right? That's like a horse, but a person horse, I guess you'd say. Versus like a kid. Like, hey, I drew a kid. Oh, okay. Doesn't look exactly like a kid. Meanwhile, I guess Twilight Sparkle and Scar. I mean, I don't really care about those because it's not real, I guess, you know. But like, you could look at Loli and go like, oh, I'm gonna engage with something that's not the drawn version. You know, there's no non-draw version of Scar or Twilight Sparkle because they're fake characters that talk like people. I don't think this is a one-to-one.
And be like, oh, okay, there's probably people out there, right, who might be attracted to like fucking, I don't know, Doki Doki Literature Club. Is that? No, that's not what was I even talking about? Lucky Star?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about either.
I don't know, some anime where it's like, I don't even know if.
What is Lucky Star?
I don't even know.
What is this? Did it just come from here?
It really depends on the person's mind, right? And so, you know, guaranteed, there are people out there who are attracted to Twilight Sparkle and real horses. Guaranteed those people exist. Does that mean everyone attracted to Twilight Sparkle is attracted to real horses? No, right? Like there's Venn diagrams you can make, and there's people outside. There's people that fit in the middle, right? Like not everyone's the same. So I have to, just as a thinking person that doesn't want people to have their
It's just a thinking guy.
Their lives ruined for consenting
The ultimate thinker.
Activities between adults, I have to extend that logic to other people other than just myself. I have to be like, okay, well, I know that I don't want to fuck a real lion because they're fucking stupid and unhygienic, right? Like,
I would be more worried that it would eat me, but all right.
There are qualities about real lions that I find so unattractive that I cannot get a boner, right?
Sounds like you really thought about fucking lions, though. I mean, I haven't really thought. I haven't given too much thought to the idea of fucking a lion. This guy clearly has given a significant amount of thought about doing it with lions, which is a very strange behavior.
Like, there are qualities inherent to real life animals that are so unattractive that the only reason I can get off to cartoon half animal, half humans is because those features don't exist there, right? So it's so fucking weird because I made this argument in the comments section for that video.
Why? Yeah, he said that he was upset because he has a boo-boo on his wrist and he felt like he had to type to defend himself. It was strange.
I tried to come up with like a thought experiment because, you know, I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, I'm already a furry. It's not that difficult to understand that because I know that myself, right? Like I don't.
Are you saying that furries and lolicon enjoyers are within proximity of each other? That's not good.
I know how that works in my own brain when it comes to lions, right?
No.
I'm
What?
attracted to Scar for the combination of human and animal features. I am not attracted to a real lion. So it's very easy for my brain to understand how this works, right?
Okay.
But I
Why are
understand
you so comfortable telling us this information? What the fuck?
that, like normies,
Normies.
people who
Obviously idiots who don't understand what it's like to jerk off the Scar. Like, what? Normies? Why are you disparaging us? You're the one fucking defending jerking off to drawn kids. What?
It's
disgusting. What the fuck?
Let's say Scarlett Johansson, right? Let's say Scarlett Johansson is what you get off to. My thought experiment is, okay, if you're attracted to Scarlett Johansson, or whatever you're attracted to, like, think about this in your head, right? Be honest with yourself. Be super critical. Like, genuinely give this a shot. Are you still attracted to Scarlett Johansson if you remove features of intelligence, hygiene, right? Communication, right? So she can't communicate with you. She literally has the brain of a child or animal, right? Walking around with a fucking helmet going, "Duh, duh, 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 duh." She's shitting
What?
herself, doesn't know how to, like, shower. Are you still attracted to that person?
I guess not. What the fuck?
The correct answer is no, right? And if that's the case, if you are not attracted to that person, then you should understand what it's like to be someone who is attracted to a fictional halfway point that doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah, I get that for Scar. I don't think that a drawn child is a halfway point. That's not a midpoint, right? Like, the difference between an actual lion and Scar, I'd say that that's a midway point, I guess. Scar literally can't exist. The difference between a drawn child? I don't know, dude. And a real child, pretty close. I'd say kind of close, or it's gross and grosser. What the fuck?
All you have to do is swap, the Scarlett Johansson in real life with the fake Scarlett Johansson that's like baby brain. Hi, thank you so much, Growl.
Yeah, was that like your first fucking donation? That's rough.
Right? Like, it's a thought experiment that I was hoping people would be able to look at and be like, oh, you're right. If you do remove those features, it makes it unattractive. There might be, like, I don't know, a small percentage of guys where they're like, yeah, I would still bang. And then they might think everybody else thinks that way. Like, that might just be them telling on themselves, right? Like,
wow, ironic.
If people seriously believe that, like, attraction is not a combination of features together, where some features existing can make you unattracted and some features existing can make you more attracted. Like, if people don't believe that and they just go, no, base only silhouette species is the extent of attraction. If they believe that, then they're telling on themselves. What they're admitting is they would fuck Scarlett Johansson with a child brain, right? Like, that's what they're admitting if they believe the world works that way, right?
What? How long have you thought about this argument? And have you realized it's not very compelling, despite the fact that you've clearly given this too much thought? This argument has like way too much thought in it, just to justify jerking off to drawn CP. I don't understand. What were you thinking?
Anyway, so those are my positions.
Is her middle name Joseph, though?
Someone made a video where they took all of the clips from Kiwi Farms
get up here.
And, Reddit posts or whatever. They compiled them together, and it would be one thing if it was just like, oh, here's all the shit he said. Here's all the shit he said on this subject. Shame him for his opinions. Like, he thinks this.
I don't think he really misrepresented you. I don't think any of the things that you said have changed anybody's mind, just to be clear.
Like, that's what all the people accusing me shit, it always starts with he thinks, right? Not he's done, because I haven't done anything, right? This is all just about, like, thought policing, and my thought crime is not even like, oh, lollies or blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not into that, right?
Hi.
My thought crime...
You're not into it, but you think it's okay for other... It's... What?
Doing well despite it all.
Oh, thank you, Mr. B Natural. My thought crime is believing that other people shouldn't be imprisoned and have their lives ruined for thought crimes. That's my thought crime, right? Anyway, thank you, Inverted Arrow. This person creates this video. It's released within 24 hours of me arriving at TIFF. I made a lengthy comment on their video. I also DM'd them. They've ignored me everywhere. I DM'd them on Instagram. I DM'd them on Twitter. And they're posting, right? They're posting on these accounts. They're checking other DMs. They're responding to other creators and other drama people. They're in the comment section of other drama people's streams, completely ignoring me.
Okay. Why do they have to respond to you?
Right? I can only assume just for the purpose of like being able to dehumanize me, right? Because it's easier to create this type of content if you don't actually have like any personal interaction with a person, you know. Anyway, so the fact that there was like no way to even get any kind of acknowledgement from them irritated me. The fact that it was posted within 24 hours of me going to TIFF, which is 11 years in a row.
I doubt that he cares enough. If you're saying he didn't do enough research, then why would you think that he would like verify where you are? Although I guess this guy's argument is he did it maliciously. I don't know. I just doubt it. I doubt that, like, I don't think that you're like, dude, I'm not trying to be a fucking dick. The video that Rob made was like, hey, look at how far this guy's fallen. Isn't he kind of a lol cow? And like, that's it. It wasn't like that deep. Like, I don't even think it hurt your reputation, to be honest with you. I think that, like, I don't know how good your reputation is after, you know, whatever defense this shit is. It seems like I don't even know. I mean, you even made a comment about how you get very low people watching your stuff. So I doubt your reputation is even like that high. So I don't think he oh, fuck my ass. I don't think he really had like that negative of an impact on you.
Biggest and only like work trip that I do consistently every single year. I've pointed this out in their comment section.
Okay. And
the response from their audience and the response from other people in the commentary community, like Nicholas Diorio, who streamed about this last night, their response is basically, what do you expect? That they would know your entire work schedule? You must have main character syndrome. Maybe. I'm not expecting any random person to know. I'm expecting someone who made a mini documentary about me to know, right? That would be like if I did an edit, by the way, edited. This isn't a live stream video we're talking about. This is an edited, produced video, right? Where they compiled things together, added their own commentary, decided what to keep, decided what not to keep, ordered things around. They created a narrative. They made a little mini propaganda documentary video. If I was making that about anybody, I would know. That would be like if I was making a video about Daddy Derek and I released it right when he was at the 420 Awards, right?
I don't know who Daddy Derek is, so...
So me saying that I believe that's malicious, that's the more charitable interpretation, because the less charitable interpretation is that he just, like, didn't do any fucking research, which genuinely might be the case, right? So it's either maliciously intentional or maliciously ignorant, because there's no person, right? They'd be creating a little mini documentary about somebody, pretending to have done research that wouldn't know about this, right? It was on my subreddit, right? It was in my videos. It was on my streams. Any of the most recent things I was doing is like, literally, I live streamed me going through my TIFF schedule, going through all the fucking movies I was going to watch.
You just said your live streams barely get any views, so why would you expect him to have watched that?
Right? The guy says he used to watch my channel. There's
used to.
literally one thing I've done consistently every year, other than, I guess, the Oscars stream. Right? But the one thing that involves me being out of town. So yeah, it's either
I don't think the guy watched your stream. I don't think that many people do. I don't think he like waited for you to go. I don't think it would have mattered. Like it's not you're like, you're not somebody like, why would he have to catch you off guard if your normal streams don't even get that many views? You know what I mean? Because that's what you're saying. Well, he tried to catch me off guard on, I don't know, one of 10 million channels he has.
Perfecting your sourdough recipe.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to see. Like, dude, he has, I mean, this one's from 3 months ago with 177 views. I don't even know if he has any actual streams up. 5 days ago, 1,000 views, and it's how many hours? 2 or 3 hours? That's not good. Like, nobody's really watching you, man. I don't. So, like, why would he need to do that? I don't think he gave a fuck about it. What? But okay.
Maliciously intentional or maliciously ignorant. My big issue with the video when it came out was not just the fact that, like, oh, conveniently, this is at the beginning of my, like, 2 weeks away trip where I'm not at my computer and I can't, like, respond on stream, right? It's that plus... sorry, I lost my train of thought. This is really annoying. It is really annoying. It's that, along with the fact that he didn't know he did no fucking research. He did no fucking research. He takes Kiwi Farms at face value. A third of the video is literally just like incorrect. It's literally just factually incorrect information because he either made assumptions or just read a post on Kiwi Farms. The reason why
nobody cares. Like, nobody cares because most of the takes that like people have a problem with are the stuff about like fucking Loli, and you don't, like, you still agree with whatever he said. Like, so it doesn't really matter. Nobody gives a fuck about whatever argument you're making.
That he's literally just copying and pasting from the thread is because they're the exact same screenshots, the exact same images of Reddit comments that I made, right? That are found there. It's not just... I would expect from the standard of quality that like I try to put out to the world for things that are edited videos, especially things like serious where like the ramifications are people in your audience are going to, go.
At least he started off by just telling us his dog shit take. And then he's like, yeah, this guy was being malicious. It's like, well, now we just know that's not really true because you're defending all the shitty ass takes that you had. So
on their Facebook page and call them a pedophile, people are going to try and cancel this person. Like you should understand that there's a seriousness associated with the content you produce, right? You should look up primary sources. You shouldn't just take at face value and copy and paste.
Well, you already affirmed everything that he said. So
from one fucking drama thread, right?
Okay.
That's irresponsible. That is irresponsible content making. So I know that not everybody in the content, commentary community is like this. I know that like, regardless of what you think of Turkey Tom, like the dude actually tries to like make sure that there's a level of quality that is met for his videos.
Okay.
He has, multiple different people working on them and editing and, different writers. And he's not like micromanaging everything. But there, like he takes it seriously and he understands that there's like a level of seriousness that should be taken with that, right? Regardless of what you think of his political beliefs, regardless of what you think of like how charitably he is towards some groups and not others or whatever, there is a standard of quality there. There is not with this guy that made this video. That's what pisses me off. And now fucking Nicholas Diorio is
Damn, Nicholas Diorio, he's apparently the plague. He's a plague for some of these guys, huh?
Responding on his stream, which I've archived, by the way, so don't
oh shit,
pretend you didn't say the shit.
Do you think he was like afraid of you archiving his shit? Isn't like I'm assuming he made a video about it. I don't think he really cares that you archived it.
Or he's saying like, oh, Rob's not a journalist, I'm not a journalist. Like things that like ethically, I was saying should have been done to prevent the spreading of misinformation.
I mean, if he actually got stuff wrong, then like, yeah, that's an issue. Like, you should hold yourself to a high standard. I wouldn't say that's a good argument. But, like, it doesn't seem like he got anything wrong. So that's the problem you're going to have, is that he didn't really seem to get anything wrong. You're just kind of whinging because you didn't like that people gave you backlash. Like I said, like when I said in the Your Movie Sucks video, like the original reaction, it's one of those things where this guy, I think, has this, like, take where, oh, you just don't understand my point. You're just not getting it. Let me explain it, like, 5 more times for you. But the more he explains it, the worse he looks, because it's not a good argument. It's just not a good argument, so he doesn't look any better.
Nicholas is just like, oh, we're not journalists, who cares? And like that's their opinion, is just like, it doesn't matter? Like that there's no seriousness taken about this, there's no standard to try and meet? Like,
fuck, like really close.
I don't agree with that. Like, my fucking Kimba video, could you imagine if I just like copy and pasted from like forums of what other people were saying and didn't like look things up myself, right? Like, no, that would be a bad video. That's bad content, right? And so within this video, the reason why
talking about the game, by the way,
I call it propaganda,
okay,
is because it's not just, oh, here's the things that he said. It's here's the things that he said packaged with a huge chunk, like literally maybe a third of the video, saying, here's other people that aren't him that have said similar things that have had controversies with...
Oh, like I think he compared it to Vosh, which is kind of a fair comparison, because he's doing some of the Vosh... he's doing some of the he's vouching a little bit, so...
They've done something predatory. And he says in the video, oh, you should connect the dots. You should connect the dots. Over a third of the video. I'm pretty sure over a third.
I don't think it's unreasonable to say, like, hey, if you're fucking beating it to Loli, that maybe you might be a predator, but okay.
Is literally just shaming me for being a furry, right? Okay. There's a section timestamped in his video called Furry Degeneracy. There's a section timestamped in his video,
okay,
literally just about me liking Scar from The Lion King. Sexually, yes. Romantically, yes.
Okay. You owned him on that. I'm happy you cleared it up. I'm happy that you cleared up that you weren't a degenerate. I really appreciate that one. That's real good. Thank you so much. Okay.
It's a fictional character, combination of human and animal features. He takes streams where I've talked about being attracted to his face, his voice, his smile, his personality, his body language, and his editorializing of those comments is him saying that I claimed that I'm not attracted to any animal features at all. Like, oh, look, he just thinks it's a coincidence. He's trying to claim it's a coincidence that it's a lion. No, there's a combination of human and animal features. I've never said anything else, right? I've never said I'm not attracted to any of the animal features on this human and animal character. I am not attracted to animal features on an animal in the same way that hopefully you wouldn't look at Scarlett Johansson's pussy if she's attached to like a mental patient, right? And
I don't know if these are a one-to-one comparison, but okay.
Think, oh, that's hot. Like, hopefully you wouldn't think that. Otherwise, you're telling on yourself, right? Like,
yeah, I think you're telling on yourself, man. What the fuck?
This is how human brains work. These are, I don't consider them to be complicated conversations, but I keep having to remind myself that to many people they are, because
it's not complicated to anybody. You're trying to overcomplicate it to try to add some kind of argument here that does not exist.
You know, Nick, I'm sorry, but like you in your stream,
Nick, I'm sorry, you're stupid. That's what he's gonna say. Going
over this shit, like there's some like genuine comprehension issues. Okay. Like when I was talking about
Nick, you're a dummy.
Like that analogy for human and animal features, and trying to relate it to someone who's not a furry or whatever. His takeaway was that's the same excuse that people would use to fuck children. And then he plays a clip of someone saying something along the lines of like, "Oh, it's fine to fuck a child or to a child."
It's not, by the way, just to be clear. Okay.
As long as it's for different reasons other than it being a child. That's
what?
Not the analogy, right? That's not what I was saying. I didn't say it's fine to fuck a lion if you think that the lion has human features, but it doesn't, right? That's not a real lion. We're talking about fiction, right? It only exists. What I'm attracted to only exists with the human features, right? There's no other version of that exists. That's what it is. That's the package, right?
That's the point. That's the point, though, right? Like that's the point. There's no Scar doesn't exist. A non cartoon version of Scar can never exist unless you magically put a smart brain in a lion. Versions of Lolicon can exist. They do. It's just a regular child. That's the point. That's like you just owned yourself.
Right. I'm kind of fucking disappointed because I'm like friends enough with some of the people in this like drama YouTube commentary community, and I've
like who
followed a bunch of them on Twitter and they follow me back. There's like a mutual thing there with like a good amount of them. Cool. And so I was hoping for like a little bit of charitability, but essentially what has happened is because I responded in that comment, and also, first I responded in the comment, I pointed out, oh yeah, this was the thing that I almost lost my train of thought for. This was my other really big issue. I pointed out that in the fucking video, this guy insisted on sharing a page with username unblurred, right? Showing exactly where to go of pornographic images of myself and consenting adults, right? And it's not just saying, hey, this exists, right? It's not even just saying the name of the website where this exists. It was describing pornographic images of me and describing the race of the person I was having sex with as if it's relevant for it to be a black guy. I don't know why these people think that that's like, if you're curious about what his channel is like, that's a good idea, I guess.
What?
Yeah, no, it's not basically kink shaming. It's absolutely kink.
I mean, it seems, I guess this guy likes black guys, God bless, whatever. I don't know. It feels like this video is really is trying really hard to just make up a bunch of reasons to disparage Rob. I mean, at the beginning, I guess, speaking positively of Sam Hyde, I wouldn't consider that a good thing. Or showcasing his content in a positive capacity. Sure, I wouldn't consider that a good thing. But like now we're just continuously going everything. He's just nitpicking everything. I think he's just looking for some angle, hoping that it sticks. To be like, oh, look, this person who made the video is bad. You know what I mean? So I must be better by association or by comparison. Seems to be pretty much like the most of this video is.
Kink shaming. Because when I pointed this out in the comment section, being like, hey, this is against YouTube TOS. Also, why is this video not set to 18+? If you're not going to set it to
apparently it's not, because it's fine.
18+, just blur the username. Just blur the username. Why is it important for you to have the video set to all ages where minors could access it, and at least some are, because you make fucking YouTube drama videos? Come on. Hello. Like, that's a
I don't think that anybody, watched... I don't think anybody really watches... I don't think anybody watched the video in a way where they were, examining it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I should go look here. I very highly doubt that happened. If anything, you talking about it is signal boosting it more than anything else. I don't even know what you're referring to. And most people, I don't think, really watch the screen super heavily. Most people are doing other things anyway. So if anything, you're the one that's like signal boosting whatever it is to whatever audience you're pretending that you care about, as you advocate for drawn versions of that audience to be acceptable. So, okay.
Way lower age demographic than fucking talking about Synecdoche, New York, and Nudie Jalon films, right?
What?
Like, you know that you have minors in your audience. Why not just blur the username? If it's important for you to say, oh, let's shame him for having sex with a black guy and doing it in a weird way, and not hiding it, and like not being afraid of like that being accessible to adults. Like, yeah, I have adult accounts on websites that allow adult content, and adult accounts. And I pointed out in the comment section, the settings that I have enabled on these websites ensure that if there are minors...
Is that why people don't really watch his stuff anymore? He's like kind of a weird degenerate?
On the website, right? They don't have the ability to access it. And I tested this yesterday, by the way. I tested this. I created a fake account with like a 13-year-old birthday or whatever, just to test this out. Because I take this very seriously, right?
Why?
I created an account on this website just to test it out. You cannot see any of the media displayed on my page, right?
Okay, cool, I guess.
And in the search, it doesn't autofill.
Whoa.
Right? If you try typing the username, which I'm not going to share here, because I make a conscious effort to keep that stuff separate from my work stuff and from stuff that's not age gated, right? YouTube doesn't allow porn on it. I have accounts on websites that do allow porn. What's the big fucking deal? But they're trying to act as though this is like a moral issue that needs to be brought to everyone's attention. Not only say that it exists, but ensure that traffic is directed to my account and describing the images, describing sexually explicit material to guaranteed minors in their audience. And Nicholas Diorio's response to this was showing a clip of one of my videos in my Prey review, where I'm watching the movie, the webcam's on me, I say, I'm so bored, I'm going to look at predator porn.
What?
I don't describe any of it. It's not on screen, right? And then one of my editors, who made this edited version of the video, decided, okay, we're going to make this into a little joke. They put the words E621, which is not a specific page that leads to these images, right? This is just a vague, this is like saying, oh, Pornhub exists, right? I don't even know if the images there were like from E621. Could have been on fucking, I don't know, Rule 34. Like, you're allowed to say Rule 34 in a video, right? I didn't describe any of these images beyond saying, oh, a demigorgon's in one, haha, that's funny. I didn't say what sex acts are taking place in the images. I didn't say who was penetrating who. I didn't say which race was fucking topping, right?
What
like,
the fuck?
I didn't
Would it be whom?
say what hole was being inserted by what thing. And also, it's not in the context of, let's shame this person, right? It's not in that context. It's in the context of, haha, this movie's so boring that I'm going to look up porn. And then, like, some images were displayed on screen that I made sure, you know?
This guy's fucking so weird. He's just making everything worse.
I made sure that the shit the editor sent me, that everything was censored to such a degree where you couldn't even tell if it was porn.
Wow.
You know? It's not like two characters on top of each other and then a censor bar where, like, their hips are. No, these, like, the only images shown were censored to the point where it's just like, oh, you can see the face of a predator and you can see the face of a demigorgon or whatever. Right? They're not even, like, in the same spot.
What the fuck is he... what the fuck does it have to do with anything? Why are we still talking? What is happening here?
And then the editor...
He's just making everything worse. I don't really... Like, nobody gives a fuck about anything that you're saying. What?
So put in, like... I don't know. I guess there was, like, a longer story video on the... Like, I don't even know if it was the same images I looked at because the editor just did their own thing, right? But they showed a clip as a part of a joke. Part of a joke where... Excuse me. These nails are new. Gotta get used to them. They showed a clip as a part of a joke that may or may not have been from, like, a porn, but there was no porn in the clip, right? And so, yeah, sure. I don't think that the same amount of factors have been met when I'm referencing that a website exists, right?
Okay.
Just saying, haha, funny porn, and then there's some images that are so censored that I don't even know if they're porn. Like, legit, like, I don't even know. Because they're censored to the degree where, like, you can't tell, and that's the point, right? Where, like, there's no sex, there was no sex acts in the images anyway. It was just, like, the context of that image would have been, oh, they're just posing. There weren't even any sex acts in the images that were heavily censored.
Who the fuck watches this guy? What are we even doing here? This guy's just, like, yapping, and he's just, like, self-reporting the whole time. None of this matters. No, this guy's obviously just, like, a weird little degenerate who is a degenerate, like, debate bro that doesn't really care about anything at all. Like, he doesn't, like, doubt that he has any kids or, like, any serious partners or anything. He's just a very terminally online, like, Reddit user. that just sits here and he's just fucking, it's just a weird dude. Like, no, like the only people, like, I don't know. I don't even think that Rob's video had any negative. I don't even know why he's defending himself, because I feel like the people, like his fans probably love these takes. They're probably like, yes, thank you for justifying my weird fucking like Loli shit. Thank you so, and justifying me wanting to fuck a dog. Like, oh, thank you so much, YMS. Like, this is my favorite. Like, that's probably what most of his audience is. So, like, why are you even bothering defending yourself against this? Like, it doesn't. It's probably not even having a negative impact on your, like your, like your, on your, what is it, person? This is just your reputation. Like, nobody. This isn't. You know what I mean? What the fuck is the point of this? Just engaging in a humiliation ritual. Maybe that's what he likes. Maybe he likes that.
But yeah, I mean, like, doing that for the context of a joke, where I'm not...
Fucking
by the way,
Christ.
The guy literally said, go to this website if you want to see these images. He described these images in detail and said, go to this website if you want to see them. That's so many steps beyond what I did, right? If you want to call me a hypocrite, fine. Right? There's nothing about what I did that's malicious. The reason why I believe what he did is malicious is because when confronted about this, in comments that, yes, he read, when confronted about this, he didn't do anything about it. He knows that he was creating content where there are guaranteed minors in his audience that are being described in detail, like literally saying what's going into what hole and with what race. Like, that's what's in his video, right? Describing the content, showing the page, username uncensored, saying this is what the page looks like, this is what the fucking profile picture looks like, this is the username, and here's where you go to find these images. If he wanted to create the exact same video, and if his argument is, I don't want to censor this because it's something people need to know about, right? If it's that important for him to let more people know, minors included, that I have adult accounts on websites that allow adult account and adult content, if it is that important, why not just censor the username? Because of course people can find it for them fucking selves if they...
He's just really droning on about this supposed account that I have no interest in even... I don't even know what he's talking about. I doubt anybody got any access to it. And if anything, the only reason that anybody knows about it is because this guy won't stop talking about it. All right. I don't know. I guess he brought up an account. Obviously, he didn't signal boost it particularly hard because I don't think anybody knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? I don't even know what he's referring to. I don't want to know what he's referring to. I guarantee you most people didn't, like, latch onto it and go like, oh my God, that's a thing. Nobody internalized it.
Try, right? Like, the conversation about, like, minors finding porn on the internet is not...
I think he's trying to insinuate that, like, Rob has... I don't know. He's trying to insinuate something about Rob when it comes to kids. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of what he's doing. Oh, you're putting minors in jeopardy. Oh my goodness, you know? That seems to be what it is. Fuck.
Oh, we can make it so that 0 minors find porn on the internet. No, you have to try. You have to put in a good effort. You have to make it so that, like, you're taking reasonable steps, if only just for your own liability. Like, even if you don't care about whether or not minors are seeing porn, like, just for your own liability, right? My comment existed for 2 days. Both him and his friend that re-uploaded the same video with minimal commentary.
Who's his friend? You're talking about Nicholas Diorio?
But kept the exact same footage. I alerted them in their comment section. I didn't go anywhere else about it. They did fucking nothing. They did fucking nothing about it, and his friend argued about it to me, as if this was something worth defending. Literally, not just, hey, he has an adult account somewhere, but here's the username, here's the detailed descriptions of...
He did more than just insinuate that. Yeah, say he left the comments around, but did he? I only read some of it because I was so long and just fucking annoying and obnoxious. But I mostly just read the ones that were related to him basically just like doubling down on his take. That's all I bothered to read. Because it was left so much
of what's on it, and go access it if you would like to see it, right? Those are so many steps above anything I've ever done, right? And again, this is in the context of not, haha, it's funny that this porn exists. This is in the context of, we are shaming him for being weird. We are shaming him for being a furry. We're shaming him for being queer. And the entire video is propaganda because it's packaging the completely harmless queer furry shit that I do with consenting adults incredibly ethically, incredibly responsibly, because I've enabled all of the settings that prevent minors from accessing it on those websites. I have ensured that none of my safe for work accounts lead back to that, right?
Okay.
That is incredibly ethically. And he goes, oh no, I don't actually...
I mean, okay, cool for you, I guess. Again, he's justifying people consuming Loli and doing it with dogs, so kind of losing some ground on that argument there, bud.
care. Everybody go to this website. Everybody go to this exact page. Right? I'm not going to pretend like, oh, it's revenge porn. You took images that, like, were private. No, they're public images. Public to adults. Right? Any fucking minor can create an account and just lie about their age depending on what country they're in, I guess. There's some places that need ID. Why do you want to increase the amount of minors doing that by showing them this on a website that doesn't allow adult content. That doesn't allow adult content, and on your video that is set to all ages, right? That's insane. I don't know why you're defending that. I don't know why your friend is defending that. I don't know why Nicholas DiOrio is defending that. That is...
I guess his friend is not Nicholas DiOrio. Okay.
That is clearly a line that is crossed that I don't understand how that's not against TOS. I think it is against TOS. Maybe we can like pull up the fucking, document, right? Maybe, I don't know. Is there someone from YouTube that like can inform us on whether or not this is against TOS? And so Nick's response about this to me is that me saying that it's against TOS is me inherently calling for people to strike down and remove the video, right?
Well, it seemed like that campaign worked because he ended up getting the video taken down, but it was put back up. Like, it got taken down and then it was put back up before I even reacted to it, so...
Which, if you read my comment, I said it's against TOS, and adults go to the video and upvote my comment. I said to upvote my comment because he refused to pin it. The guy who made the video refused to pin my comment for transparency. And yes, in that comment, I say this is grooming behavior, and I call him out. And
what? Grooming behavior? Okay, that's fucking insane.
All caps. And I do a little schizo shit, right? I was ass mad because I was typing this.
Dude, he talks like Fosh. He talks like the debate guys. He definitely talks like, what the fuck?
As I was at TIFF, in between fucking, running around watching 4 movies a day, right? Like, yeah, when you are so irresponsible that you publish something that demands my attention, that is demanding my attention, that you're creating.
Did you just say it was like hard to watch 4 movies a day? Why are you watching 4 movies a day? What?
Because you know that people are going to ask for me to answer for this, right? For my thought crimes. When you're creating that content and you do so little research that you maybe accidentally do that within the first 24 hours of me being on the one work trip that I do consistently every year, the one big thing, that's a 1 in 365 chance that was by accident, right? And it could be, but it's malicious either way.
1 in 365. That what? Where do you get that math from? Because it's 1 day out of the year.
It's malicious either way because you, as a person creating this type of content, should ethically, responsibly understand. You should understand that you have a responsibility to be diligent, right? To fact check, to check primary sources, and not just say random shit and be like, oh, this person on whatever drama website, I don't even know if it was Kiwi Farms or something else, honestly, at this point. This person said it. I'm going to repeat it. Adam said this. It's probably untrue, right? Like, the content of the video is, again, not just here's the things that I've said and I should be arrested by the thought police. It's here's the things that he said. Here's him being a furry degenerate and he should be shamed for this, right? And here's a bunch of other people who are not him that have said similar things, that have done abusive things. Therefore, and he says in the video, you should connect the dots. There's usefulness in connecting the dots, right? Because if you cancel someone and ruin their lives for thoughts, then you're actually preventing a real crime, right? Anyway, within my comments, I'm fighting back a little in the sense that my thought process is, okay, clearly this guy doesn't understand the importance of doing your due diligence. He doesn't understand the importance of fact checking. He doesn't understand... Yeah, I don't know if he wanted people to harass me. He doesn't understand why it would be important to not withhold proper context and information, which he does throughout the video, right? Like, there's like one part where he shows a screenshot of me interacting on Twitter with Shadman, right? A screenshot, I think there's like 2 of these ever, has been the extent of my interactions with Shadman. By the way, a decade ago, back when, not even going to name their names, but you know who I'm talking about, the creators of everyone's favorite TV show right now, were on a fucking podcast with him and hanging out with him, and like, he was still doing lolly shits. Clearly, the fucking...
Who the fuck are we talking about? Fuck, this is annoying.
The social expectations around those conversations have shifted. Like I
understand that it used to be, I guess, more of a meme to lol at Shadman, I guess, but that was always inappropriate. But it seems like maybe some people were memeing and other people were thinking that it's pretty cool, and maybe you're the one who thinks it's pretty cool. I just fucked myself.
That was the climate at the time, where he was a character that drew weird shit, including, by the way, adult...
Oh, smiling friends? Okay. Dude, it's just like...
Human furry porn, which I didn't even jerk off to because I'm not a fan of his art style. Including, adult Elastigirl or whatever, right? But he also did fucking lolly shit, I think that's mostly what he was known for.
Okay, so just to be clear, you weren't like, hey, I don't want to jerk off this guy because he does lolly shit. You were like, I just don't like his art style. Oh, okay, that looks good.
But there were people in his social circle that were like, whatever, he's fucking weird, Shadman crossed the fucking line. He crossed the fucking line by involving someone who is not a consenting adult. As soon as he drew Keemstar's daughter, That was the situation where he was no longer doing things that involved consensual adults. He was involving people that were not consensual adults. That's a clear line that was crossed. I don't think I ever defended that, ever. Right?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think there's any interactions of me and him after that point. And if there were, I probably didn't know about that. I think there's literally two. I think there's literally two interactions. And both of them were me not responding just directly to him, but you can see like 3 other people tagged in all of these because there was a big comment thread, and then I would make a joke. I made a joke like, "Hey, draw my horse persona getting railed by Scar or whatever." Self-deprecating, you know? Like, part of the joke is like, "Hey, I'm a fucking loser that wants to bang Scar from the Lion King." In this guy's video, he frames the fact that people in my community, you guys, the people that are close, my core audience, the people on my Patreon, he frames the fact, and my subreddit, he frames the fact that I have a core audience that accepts who I am as a weirdo, a queer furry who wants to have sex with Scar from the Lion King. He frames that as me dodging.
Just make that. I appreciate you continuously reinforcing that.
Accountability for a controversy. He opens up the video saying that it's something that I've successfully turned into a meme for my community. That it should be he says it's a controversy that I've turned into a meme. Like I intentionally went, uh-oh, I don't want people to find out that I actually want to have sex with Scar from the Lion King. Let's make it a meme so I can muddy the waters and then no one knows if it's true or not. No, dude, I'm just fucking open about myself. I understand the absurdity of it. I grew up with that. Like, come on. Like, I grew up in fucking Alberta. Do you know how, like, tough it was to, like, exist? You know? Do you know how tough it was to, like, find out this thing about myself that even though I knew is, like, harmless and fantasy, right? I still fucking hated myself into my early 30s.
Wow, incredible. You hated yourself for wanting to jerk off to Scar? I don't even think that it's true. I don't believe for a second that you thought you were like really just, what you're saying is you were distressed over wanting to jerk off to Scar. What? What are you talking about? Unless you were talking about it with people and they were like, wow, that's gross. And you're like, I'm so sad about that. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, I stopped hating myself at like age 31 for this shit. It sucked. It's a long road. And that's why, you know, that's part of what informed.
A long road for what? What are you talking about? What? What are you saying? Long road to accept wanting to jerk off the Scar? It sounds more like he talks about this to people like it's appropriate. And they would be like, dude, that's weird. And he's like, that's so sad. Like, that's it. It's nobody fucking cares that you do this. It just seems like you make it a core part of your identity. And so that's what makes you upset. And you wish people wouldn't like make fun of you for it, but again, you make it a core part, like a central part of your identity.
Forms my decisions on how to treat other people and like why I don't kink shame for consensual adult activities. Right? As long as you don't involve anyone that's not a consensual adult, I don't kink shame for that shit. That's part of what informs that. Is like I know how fucking tough it is. I tried to repress it for 2 years of my life. I tried to oppress it. It wound up with me getting addicted to fucking cocaine and crystal meth.
Whoa, terrible!
Like that was not fun. But I'm a strong person. I'm a strong person.
Okay.
And that part's behind me.
I mean, it's clear that you're not a very strong person. You're, you know, you're having a fucking meltdown about this.
Right? I have gone through a whole lot of shit in my life. Right? And now this guy is like, this is a controversy that he should have to answer for. Being attracted to a Lion King character. Right? And being open about it. By the way, Nick, in his stream, repeatedly says that I should be ashamed. That I should be ashamed for being a furry. Repeatedly. I've archived it. And so, yeah, there's going to be some weird gaslighting. There's going to be people coming out saying, oh, it has nothing to do with you being a furry. You're crazy. It has nothing to do with any of the queer shit you did. That's half the fucking video.
Yeah, I'm sure like part of it was bullying. But like, again, the core of it is that you justify Loli and Beastiality, so.
Video. That's half the fucking video. If it has nothing to do with that, why is that in the video? Why did you create propaganda by packaging all of this together, right? You look at the guy's channel.
Sure.
It's Sam Hyde is awesome, and here's the Kiwi Farms of every liberal left-leaning content creator. Like, he knows that he has an audience full of people.
What?
That will react more uncharitably towards me if he packages it with the queer furry shit, right? He knows that. That's why he opened up the video talking about how I didn't love the Prince of Egypt. That has nothing to do with any of the shit. And then as, you know, Nick's reading through my fucking comments, Nick is saying, why is Adam talking about all this shit that doesn't matter? Just get to the important stuff. Dude, blame Rob for that. He front-loaded the video with it, right? Like, I'm responding to everything. I get it. Like, I have a problem because I think that thoroughly responding to things, especially in text form, detailed, like, here's every single point, why this is dishonest, why this is wrong.
Well, but that's not what you said. What?
My problem is thinking that to these people, it's not going to just show up as, wow, you mad, bro? That's pretty long. That's a lot of long text. right?
Yeah, it does kind of sound like that, especially since half the shit nobody fucking cares about.
That's part of the reason why I think I'm autistic, is because I seem to have like some kind of like obsession with, you know, needing to feel like I am able to convince people or correct the record in some way of, you know, just being honest, because I know that I'm not an abuser. I know that I'm not attracted to children. I know that I'm not attracted to animals. I don't even jerk it to Loli. I hate that that's now a thing that people think.
Why? It's you by your own logic, it's not really that bad. I mean, it is, but like your logic doesn't really condemn it. So why is it that bad to your logic? Just to be clear, not mine.
I know that about myself, and so I feel like, oh, okay, well, clearly there's some sort of miscommunication. Clearly there's a thing where like someone doesn't understand me, and if I just say more about myself, then it's fine because I know these things about myself, so it's, you know, they'll figure it out. But that's not the case. That's not the case. And after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking blackpilled on this shit because even though, you know, the commentary YouTube drama community, it's pretty homogenous. I'm not saying that like they all have the exact same opinions, but I am saying that they think very similarly. So watching his stream was a bit of a litmus test to understand how very likely the rest of the YouTube drama commentary community is going to be talking about this. Nick has made it very clear in his live stream that he's going to be trying to get more people with larger audiences talking about this. He says he wants to try and get H3 talking about this because H3 has, you know, previously taken a very strong stance against, you know, Loli or whatever.
Loli or whatever.
So yeah, there's going to be more shit coming, for sure. You can guarantee that. Like, especially because I fought back at all by, you know, when I'm saying in all caps, like, dude, you're showing porn with minors. Is that the most charitable, most contextual version of what they did? No. That's my fucking point, right? That's my point, is because in a reality where someone has any bit of introspection, they would look at that and go, oh, wait, it's bad to withhold information. Wait, it's bad to present things in a way that's clearly framed in propaganda, even if these things are technically true. The things I said are technically true, right? He did show porn to minors, right? He directed minors to porn. However, in my comments, right, unlike Rob's video, in my comments, in the exact same thread, I give the most charitable interpretation. I go, here's exactly what you did, and it's not a quippy soundbite. It's not a fucking meme, right? So anybody who's like, oh, wait, they showed porn to minors, in the same thread goes, oh, okay, that's what he meant. Even on Twitter, it's like within the same fucking thread, right? There's nothing that I've said that like, even if it is like the less charitable way to phrase it, which is the point. It's not untrue, but it's the less charitable way to phrase it. That's the point. What I've said, anybody can go, oh, what do they mean? And it's right there. With Rob's video, it's not. Rob's video only contains uncharitable bullshit with no context, no information. He doesn't give the context of like, you know, the Shadman shit, right? Obviously.
What's the context of it? You were friendly with the guy. And you were that's the problem. The context is that you were friendly with the guy. And the only reason I guess you stopped being friendly with him is because he drew an actual kid. But when he was drawing kids that weren't necessarily based on real kids, you were like, that's fine. And like, again, it is additionally worse that Shadman drew an actual kid. You know, that's wrong. But it's also wrong to draw not actual kids in those ways. What a hot take, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit. So that's what people are like, wow, that's gross. What?
In Rob's video, you know, he showcases all of the times that I've defended myself on Reddit because people will, you know, bring this up on Reddit and demand that I respond to it, and so I'll respond to it. Because I have a problem thinking that, you know, me and my own brain, knowing that I haven't done anything wrong, I have a problem by thinking that I can explain that to people with words. Apparently that's not possible for a good amount of the population. I need to figure this out at some point, right? The reason why this is going to blow up more is because in me defending myself, I can see how Nick reacted to this, and so I have a good idea of how the general commentary community is going to react to this. And Nick basically saw my defense, me being like, hey, you shared porn with minors in all caps, clearly making a point, right? He saw that as me being malicious and doesn't see the original video as being malicious. So he thinks that the start of malice was my response. And so that's unfortunately, like, I don't know, maybe Tom's going to grant me the benefit of the doubt. Maybe other people are. Maybe Nick's the outlier here. But it seems like that's what they're going to go with. They're going to say that Rob's video, not propaganda, not misleading, not malicious, not strategically edited, not leaving out information. Or just ignore it and not even acknowledge it. Or just say, like,
I mean, this guy would have been like so much better off just not responding to any of this because he's just talking himself into a hole. All the stuff that mattered is getting justified. And the stuff that doesn't matter, nobody cares whether Rob got it wrong or not. That's just the reality. But when it comes to like the stuff that does matter, you know, the justification of all like the Loli shit, like, you know, Rob was right about it, and you've just responded in a way that it just doubles down on your justification of it. So it doesn't, you're not helping yourself. What was the point of this whole entire thing?
like, oh, but you can't complain about that. If you retweeted someone saying that sharing porn with minors is pedo behavior, then you can't complain about it. They're gonna forget what the fucking initial incident is, because that's what Nick's already done, right? Like he's claimed that he went into the video, you know, with an open mind, trying to be charitable. I don't know how much he believes that, because as he's going through it on his stream, he makes references to the DMs that I sent him, right? He talks about the DMs I've sent him, saying that I was like frantically sending him DMs or whatever. He, I believe, like does it with such specificity that he tells people that I told him to blur the username from my 18 plus account before reacting to the video, which is true. I did request that he did that, because if you want it to be on a website that doesn't allow 18 plus material on an all ages video, that's the least that you could do to not have minors showing up, right? I did send him that message. But what I also sent him in that very same message, like literally the same message, I told him that the settings on my 18 plus accounts have everything enabled so that anyone with an under 18 account cannot access the explicit material.
Holy fuck, he's just saying the same things over and over again. Holy shit.
And yet, in his stream, he's making fucking joke. He doesn't mention that. He doesn't mention that I sent that DM to him. He talked about the other DMs I sent to him. Doesn't mention that. In his stream, he's making jokes being like, oh yeah, as long as you put like an 18 plus little emoji in your username, then that stops kids from accessing it. Haha, scoff. And just like, scoffs, like he insinuates that by my account existing, that is more potentially damaging, that is more, you know, exposing whatever to children than someone with an all ages video saying, here's the username, and describing it before even showing that, describing it, and then saying, here's where you should go to access it. Like literally saying out loud, go here. In a video that's like literally just kink shaming. So, Nick, like unless you just didn't read that part of my message, which I don't know how you could have if you're referencing the other parts of my message, why would you not say that? Why would you withhold that information on your stream, right? Because I literally said in the message, you can test by creating another account, set it to like 13 or whatever, and then try to access the page, right? If you're an adult, you can do that. Why would he withhold that information? That's information that makes me not look like a fucking abuser. That's information that confirms and reaffirms that I'm doing things ethically and responsibly, and that I've thought about potential harm, and then I try to reduce it, right? Why did you withhold that information? Why didn't you mention that? That's fucked up. So
he keeps saying harm reduction. I get the idea that this guy probably thinks Loli is, and he hasn't explicitly said this, but I would be willing to bet that he thinks that the existence of like lolicon is actually a good thing, because it would reduce, like maybe he thinks that like actual predators would watch that instead of like actual kids or something. I don't know if that's the truth. I mean, if anything, I feel like it would encourage the behavior. But I wouldn't doubt it. I think that's why he keeps saying harm reduction, because he just keeps saying harm reduction over and over and over again, like it's this big own. And I don't know, man. It's giving me weird fucking vibes.
The most charitable version is that you read the other messages I sent you and just not that, which even though it was in the same message, So I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that I'm going to be given a very charitable, a very charitable interpretation from here on out. I think there's going to be more videos made. Also, oh my God, this is a big one. Yeah, I'm going to show you right now. Also, shouldn't forget to mention this. Here, let me just get to this page. So at the end of Nick's stream, he's going through the comments on the page, right? And at the end of Nick's stream, he's going through the comments on the page, right? Opens these up and just reads one of these comments. You know, one of the first responses. Anyway, why did you commission your fursuit from a zoo sadist? Nick reads that and goes, oh, I didn't know that. And then just scrolls down. And then I'm wondering like, okay, wait a minute, Nick. Why didn't you read this part where I'm responding to them, right? So here's my response, which is factually true, right? I say, do your research. 1, the only evidence of that is guilt by association with a person that they have obviously stopped associating with a long time ago, right? 2, I commissioned my suit before those nonsense accusations were made. Check the dates. It only became a thing near the end of my suit being finished. Even if I believed everything I read on the internet, which you apparently do, the fursuit was already paid for long before that. Do your research for once ever, grow a brain. 32 likes on this comment. And I was about to like message Nick being like, okay, dude, like if you're gonna make another video, you clearly scrolled past my response to this. It's not even a long, like it's not even a lengthy response. Like I was just gonna message him being like, okay, my fursuit maker doesn't deserve this. you know,
My fursuit maker doesn't deserve this. It's just preposterous. It's preposterous to have like an entire fursuit maker, in my opinion. What the fuck? My fursuit. You know, you can get fursuits at Party City now. Isn't that interesting?
they've already been put through the ringer for shit that isn't true. There's no reason to rehash this for them. I already feel bad because like mentioning this, you know, in this video is like inevitably going to do that to some degree, but thankfully at least, you know, this information is here, which is true, and anybody can fact check this. And so I was at least going to message Nick being like, okay, dude, if you're going to make like another video on this, just at least, you know, get that fact right. And then I realized that it's not just that Nick scrolled through the comment. It's that the comment doesn't show up on any account but my own. Right?
Okay.
So here...
Oh, so Rob must have hit it? Is that what you're saying? It was probably censored by YouTube if that's true.
I've signed into a different account, right? We can see same accusation, right? Same accusation. We scroll down. My defense...
Fuck, he's like really obsessing about this fucking Rob's Media video. I think he's like really afraid that it's gonna fucking kick him in the teeth.
It's not there. It's not there.
Oh,
it's been
crazy.
fucking removed. It's been removed. It shows up on the account that I posted it on, meaning it was shadow banned.
Whoa, scary.
Any other account, you cannot find that comment. So Nick didn't even scroll through it intentionally. This comment was fucking removed. So no fucking doubt in my mind at this point that Rob is planning a part 2, and he's probably going to have that in the video.
Of what in the video? I don't understand what you're saying. Have the zoo sadist thing in the video? This guy's like got some fucking, I don't know. I guess I don't understand why he's so worked up, because he believes all the things that are like being said about him. Like I don't know. I don't understand why he thinks it's bad for his reputation for people to find this stuff out. He seems to be shameless. He already doesn't really have an audience. So what is he fucking so stressed about here?
Or he wants other people to go, oh wow, he commissioned his fursuit from a zoo sadist, and not have the response, right? Not have the...
Maybe the people harassing him? I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that's not true. Because these people are fucking lazy, and they just go, oh, someone said a thing? It's on a drama forum. Okay, I'll make a video about this. They don't understand. They don't understand what fucking primary sources are. They don't understand what research is. It's lazy fucking content. It's lazy, sad content. And I don't know why someone like Rob, who's trying to make a living off of this, would risk his credibility by including so many fucking factually inaccurate and very, very clearly intentionally misleading things, including not wanting to fucking change the video, like not wanting to just use the YouTube editor and blur a username. Come on. Why was it important to you? Like, I still don't have an answer for that. Why was it important for you to knowingly direct minors towards 18 plus accounts of myself within the context of kink shaming and describing in detail who's going into what hole and what race they are, and saying here's where you should go find them? Why was that important to you? Like, I get why it's important to not set it to 18 plus, because then it's demonetized, right? Then you don't make as much money. That I get. But you could have just used the YouTube editor, kept it at the same age rating. Why was it important for you to do that? Right? Like, I need an answer for this, because I don't see any explanation.
Dude, Rob didn't signal boost anything. Like, if he had left it in, the fact that you're talking about is the only thing signal boosting it. It's a fucking image that he put in, and it's not that deep. Nobody actually gave a fuck or internalized it. Holy fuck.
As to why that was important to keep, other than that the point was to direct traffic there. Right? How can you not just be like, oh, this is a thing that exists, and that's fine. Like, yeah, people can search it up. Why do you need to show the username? I have my settings so that it doesn't like fucking autofill or whatever. Right? Like, it's fucking insane. But anyway, you can all confirm this for yourself. If you're an adult, you can create a fake account on this website that I'm not even going to say what website it is, because I know that people can find it if they really want to, and I'm comfortable with adults finding it. I don't give a shit. I don't think people should have to be scared of their own bodies. I think that the human being's weird cultural taboo around sex and sexuality is just like complete nonsense, right? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you can confirm this for yourself. And I told Nick this. I told Nick you can do that, and yet he's on his stream.
This guy's like actively calling people to go watch it. Okay, if you think that Rob's audience is full of kids, they're probably gonna watch your updated video. No, so aren't you just like signal boosting this to kids now? At this, like, your logic, not mine. What?
I'm going, yeah, as if just putting the emoji in your thing makes it 18 plus. This is a website for 13-year-olds. Like, he's fucking deflecting to defend Rob. It's so fucking sad, and it's so dishonest. And again, most charitable interpretation is he somehow didn't read that part of the message, even though that was in the same message that he says he did read. Yeah, so that's what's happening. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's like, oh yeah, here's another weird thing.
Okay.
So unfortunately, watching Nick's stream, because he's live reacting to it, Nick doesn't acknowledge or understand like the concept of using an edited video to create propaganda. Like, I don't know if...
Okay. I think that he does, probably. I mean, you know, I don't know if I'd call it propaganda, but that's like literally what the whole commentary community, like that's what Idubbbz does, I would say, to like Ethan. I'm sure he's familiar with it. So, yeah. I don't know why you're pretending otherwise. So I guess it's easier for you. Well, I think that big part of his video is really just like he calling other people stupid in some capacity is like what he feels like is really helpful to him. That's what he's just doing. He's like, oh, if I'm gonna call Nick stupid, you just don't understand the propaganda videos. That's pretty much it.
Maybe he's just like not that strong with editing or something, or like he doesn't grasp the concept of like deciding what to show, what not to show, the order, what to include. You know, things like poisoning.
Is that something that you do?
Well, things like, you know, the whole premise of the video can be like told through how you edit it.
Wow.
And the information that
who would have knew? Who would have thought that?
You withhold, especially. He just doesn't seem to have a grasp for that, because I can see as he's reacting to it, he's falling for and repeating many of the propagandistic, if that's a word, many of the propaganda-y elements of the video in real time, right? So he's watching through it. And as it gets to the part where in Rob's video, he's like, YMS shows up and starts arguing with the creator of Kiwi Farms on a video about Kero the wolf, right? And then Nick's response to Nick as he's watching it is just saying, yeah, dude, you shouldn't be, why are you arguing on a video about Kero the wolf? The context that was left out of the original video is that I'm not arguing about Kero the wolf. I'm only in there because I was mentioned in the video because people were comparing me. I think it was Null himself. Like, this is a long time ago.
Dude, I don't care. Why are you arguing in everybody's fucking like shit? That makes no sense to me. Why are you arguing so much in people's DMs?
I was only in there because people were trying to connect the dots like Rob and being like, here's a furry that's committed horrible acts, which I agree are horrible acts, right? Torturing and raping fucking animals, like that's horrible. Right? I never disagreed with that. The only thing I've said is like probably like not harmful is the things that like animal breeders do in the specific, you know, whatever, jerking off a dog or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Not anything to do with fucking Kero the wolf, right? Like, and yet the way that Rob's video is created, the way that it leaves out that context, I can see Nick reacting in real time and just believing blindly that I was in that video to argue about the ethics of Kero the wolf, right? So I can see the propaganda working in real time from someone who's in the commentary community and doesn't have, like I wish, you know, like with your audience, and it's not huge or anything, but like, you know, you're a prominent voice in this community. How do you not see the ethical issue with withholding information like that and not giving the full context and creating your video in a way that intentionally, either maliciously or maliciously ignorant, creates a narrative specifically designed to paint me as an abuser, right? It intentionally leaves out why I was arguing in that comment section. It's because people were comparing me to him. They were comparing my thought crimes saying like, oh, I don't think as many people should go to jail if there's like not a harmful act being made or whatever. Who cares? Who cares if I'm wrong about this even? Like, I'm not participating in it. I don't care. Like, oh yeah.
And why are you so adamant about like defending it? That's what the weird part is, I think, for people. You seem very adamant about defending it, despite the fact that you apparently don't care. I don't know. You care a lot for somebody who doesn't apparently care. That, I think, is the issue.
Here's one other thing. So yeah, Nick repeats that to his audience as if I'm in the video comment section defending Kero the wolf or something. And if he doesn't say that verbatim, he leaves it vague enough that he's doing the exact same thing that Rob is doing. Oh, fuck, what was I going to say? There's so much. This is why I can't do the video frame by frame, is because it would take like fucking 8 hours, and I don't have time right now. Yeah, okay, well...
Did you just say you watch like 4 movies a day? Why don't you have time?
This isn't what I was going to say, but I might as well say it. All of my perspectives, every opinion that I've shared, is coming from the perspective of wanting there to be less harm in the world, right? None of my perspectives come from a belief that is malicious. None of them come from any kind of belief that like, oh yeah, I want more animals or children or people to be abused. All of them is, I want less of that, right?
Well, but you're advocating for people to fuck animals. So I don't understand, like you're giving justifiers for it, so...
So if you disagree with me on, oh yeah, I actually wound up getting to where I was going to go before. If you disagree with me on what the way I view the world, as in like, I just can't, you know, imagine what your perspective is. Well, I can, because I know exactly what your arguments are, I think. But like, I don't know how to make sense of it, right? I don't know how to trick myself into believing that consensual activities between adults should result in imprisonment, even if they're activities that I find disgusting, right? Like,
I don't think you do find it disgusting. If you found it disgusting, you'd be against it, but okay.
like, you know, I don't think you should go to prison for having a scat fetish. I don't think you should go to prison for having a fucking ABDL fetish. I don't think.
Oh, those are different than drawing children in compromising positions.
I think you should go to prison because you jerk it to fucking Guru. How come that's always left out of the
What is that?
conversation? Guru, like that's if you look
Do I want to look that up?
that shit up, those subreddits have like 100,000 people in them, of people that are attracted to like murder.
What?
But it's
That's fucking terrible.
anime or whatever, right? How come that's always left out of the conversation, right? I don't think you should go to jail for that. If like, I don't think 100,000 people are like actual murderers. I don't think everybody on that subreddit like wants to kill someone.
Are you saying people jerk off to killing stuff? I mean, that should probably, I don't know. What the fuck? That's fucking, what? What the fuck? Okay.
I should hope not.
All right.
Like, I just don't think that. Anyway, the framing of both Rob and Nick's video now, they frame this as if me defending myself, me talking about these things online, is a form of like a public safety issue. Because their perspective is that I'm normalizing people abusing animals, that I'm normalizing people abusing children somehow. Their perspective is that I am normalizing these things. And therefore, they need to blow it up more? Which doesn't make any sense, right? Like 90% of my responses have been on Reddit because that's where I've been like harassed, right? 90% of my responses are on Reddit is because that's where I've responded because people are talking about it there.
I love the debate bro defenses. This video could have been like 2 minutes long, been like, yeah, listen, when I was younger, I made some like debate bro shit, and like whatever, I'm not proud of it. You know, even if you disagree with what saying that, like it just seems like optically, why would you put your, well, I mean, again, it has no negative impact on his career because he seems to be fucking weird. But like, why would you just say that just to like keep the heat off you? Be like, yeah, I said some dumbass debate bro shit back in the day. It was fucking cringe. Like, but instead, he's still like this terminally online debate bro who's really just convinced. He just really seems to love justifying this shit, and I think it does lead to some potential animal abuse. I mean, if you think, I mean, like if your argument of like, hey, the way that they breed animals is bad. All right, cool. Like that makes sense. Like let's talk about that. I think animal breeding is bad. There's probably could be much better protocols for it, or even ban it. Fine, down with that. Cool stuff. Cool beans. That's not really what you're doing, though, right? What you're doing is you're saying, well, I guess you should be able to fuck dogs. Like, what are you doing? This is so fucking stupid. It's so repetitive. It's an hour and 37 minutes of him saying the same thing over and over again. And I guarantee you, like, he genuinely just feels like you're just not understanding him. And if he just explains it a little bit more, maybe we'll fucking get it. We get it, man. We understand it. We get it. You're just not helping yourself.
So I'm not even blowing it up to other platforms. I'm responding on the platform that it's taking place on. I'm responding on YouTube right now, like this is going to be on the YouTube channel, because you have brought it to YouTube. If you believe that there's a public safety issue by my perspectives being out there, why are you promoting them? Why are you promoting them on your channel? Because if you hadn't fucking...
I don't really think this guy's like necessarily a danger to anybody. I think he's fucking stupid. I don't think that he's like an active danger or a threat that needs to be like taken down or anything. I think his opinions are fucking bad and dumb, you know?
Realized, you know, like, sure, the bestiality ones, I've been arguing about on Reddit because people bring it up every year.
Why? Why are you arguing about it on Reddit, dude?
But the Loli shit, I haven't talked about for a decade because I guess A, the political climate was different enough that nobody cared at the time. And then B, people forgot about it and now we're bringing it up because of the climate being so different that people are, you know, they know that it's something that can be used to attack me. So if I haven't even talked about this subject for a decade, the Loli shit at all, how is it that you're pretending as if there's like some sort of urgency? Like
all you had to do is just say like, yeah, it was a bad take back then. Sorry, guys. It would have been over with. Holy fuck.
We need more people to shame this person. We need him to have his job taken away. No one should support him. H3, blow this up. What if you believe that these thoughts are harmful, that my perspectives are harmful? Why are you promoting them? Why are you wanting more people to see them? You know, I haven't talked about this shit unless people do this, right? If you truly believe it, if you truly believe what you're saying, then why do you want to blow it up? It's contradictory, right? So, yeah, there's a moral urgency to the fact that I answered questions honestly on a live stream 10 plus years ago. There's a moral urgency towards that. Something needs to be done about me. Fuck off. This is so stupid. You're a Karen, right?
Okay.
You're a Karen, right? And don't...
You're a Karen, guys.
Don't respond being like, oh yeah, it's a Karen if I think that animals and children shouldn't be abused. dude, you're a fucking Karen because 90% of your video is just saying like, this guy's a furry. Yeah, you're a Karen. Come on, Jesus. Holy shit. Anyway, so we're going to be dealing with this for a bit because guaranteed they're going to make more. And
I mean, now that you made your video, yeah, for sure there's going to be a lot more videos to make. You gave people a ton of ammunition against you now. Does he not realize that?
I'm not going to have the time or energy to respond to all of it. But at the very least, this video now exists. It's a new one. So even though people could easily have linked the fucking one 5 years ago when this happened, this is the new one, I guess. A more thorough, explanation of everything I've already said. Completely harmless thought crimes that I myself don't even participate in. But my thought...
I mean, you're participating in the justification of them, so...
Crime is believing that other people shouldn't be in jail for thought crimes. That's my thought crime. Yeah.
Okay.
To reiterate, having sex with children is bad. I don't want to see people having sex with animals. I would prefer people not to. I would say in most cases it's probably bad.
I'd say in all cases it's bad, guys. Clap for me. Clap for me, guys. It's a hot take. Is that the hottest take of the century here? That people shouldn't fuck animals? Holy fuck.
There's some ways in which it's probably not that bad. I don't know.
You don't know? I do. It's never good. Okay. Good job.
Maybe not worth throwing someone in jail over it again. Animal breeders, literally. Again, this is a scientific thing. Shouldn't be controversial. Oh yeah, and then
well, you say that animal breeding is so bad because they jerk off the animal, and then you sit here and you say that it can probably be okay to jerk off animals as long as they consent somehow, even though you acknowledge that they don't understand consent, at least not human consent. So what?
Oh yeah, someone's going to talk about my reaction. I hope that if somebody compiles the drama, because now it's like drama with me responding like this, right? I'm hoping that at the very least.
Yeah, you knew that, right? You were sitting here shitting, saying that Nicholas Hero is too stupid to understand propaganda videos, so you know that this was going to happen when you did it.
Her video doesn't omit.
How do I get to this?
Important information and is actually charitable and faithful to me, and not just Rob's one of our own and blood's in the water now, and we have to punish you. We have to punish you for fighting back a little, 10% of what Rob does on a daily basis. That's unacceptable, and his video was charitable. His video was just asking questions and just being honest.
10% what Rob does on a daily basis. What is that referring to? What?
Everything he got wrong, it's not his own fault. He's just a little sweet boy. It's not out of ignorance. It's not out of irresponsible content making. But yeah, anyway, they make sure to say that I'm friends with Anissa and Idubbbz, because obviously, again, poisoning the well.
Well, are you friends with Anissa and Idubbbz? That makes sense.
It creates more of a narrative against me when you bring in two people that are hated by a lot of people on the internet, and whose dramas I've never involved myself in outside of their first one, which was Anissa has an OnlyFans or whatever, right? And I said, who cares? It's consenting adults. That was the drama that I involved myself in. Anything they've done past that point, don't want to fucking touch. Because why would I? I don't support them on everything they do. I don't support them on every decision they've made. Okay. I'm also friends with fucking, H3. I'm also friends with...
Are you?
A billion different conservative YouTubers, right?
Why?
I'm friends with lefties. I'm friends with conservative. Anybody who knew anything about me would know this. So again, either the video was done with zero research and literally just, let's take a drama thread of people that are only posting everything that is trying to make him look bad. Either the video was made like that, or you maliciously left out information, right? Ooh, here's these hated people. Let's pretend like Adam supports them in every way. I'll be friends with fucking anybody, I'll be friends with anybody that's not a dick to me. So I don't know, it's so stupid. Stupid, malicious, either intentionally malicious or maliciously irresponsible. Oh yeah, also sorry, I'm just skimming through this right now. The clip of me on the official podcast saying that I'm a fur, again, without the context of what question was being asked, because that's a podcast where their running gag every episode was, what's the weirdest thing you've masturbated to? And then my answer was an honest answer talking about okay, well, I'm a furry, so it's all gonna be weird. But in the video, the question not included. So then it just appears oh, I'm just oversharing all this shit for no reason. If you know anything about my content, I don't really talk about furry shit.
Nobody cares about the fucking furry shit. Nobody genuinely gives a fuck about any of this furry shit at all. It's all the fucking the CP stuff. The stimulated whatever. That's it.
That much on my main channel. Even in my Lion King video, right? Even in my Lion King video, I didn't go oh yeah, I want to fuck Scar. Because I know people aren't subscribed for that shit. Just because I don't hide myself on other channels, I should be ashamed. Just because I don't hide myself, because I have adult content on websites that allow adult content. Fucking ridiculous. Very dumb. I don't know if I covered everything. I don't know if it's possible to cover everything, because this is a situation where, you know, the more people that comment on this, and there's going to be more, they've made it very clear that they're trying to get more people to comment on this. The more people that comment on this, like, the more I have to address it. It's like, what is the Sam Harris argument about, like, you know, someone's lighting a small fire every, like, fucking 10 seconds, but it takes 10 minutes to put out the fire? Yeah, there's, like, not much I can do. So we're just going to have to fucking, you know, weather the storm. I know that my core audience already knows everything that I've said in this video. It's not a surprise to anybody. I'm an ethical, morally consistent person, and my crime, I guess, now is that I fought back a little by saying things that aren't untrue to this person, but were intentionally framed in a way where they would hopefully realize that it's a bad thing to do what they've done.
Oh, I think he's referring to, like, he insinuated Rob was a pedophile or something, right? You mean, you literally said he was a groomer, so.
But again, big difference between him and me. Mine is attached to the full context. Mine is attached to the full context.
Whoa.
His is not. His
Epic debate shit, bro.
omits it entirely. So, anything else I should say? Does anybody have any other ideas for stuff that people will probably ask me about that I forgot about? Since we're just, is there anything else I should include? Did I forget something or not touch on it? Is it a coincidence that this all happened right during the Charlie Kirk? Oh yeah, speaking of Charlie Kirk, there was another thought in my head.
Why?
Like, the moral urgency of me responding on Reddit, like as if I'm Charlie Kirk or something. Rest in peace. As if I'm Charlie Kirk. Don't. By the way, be careful what you say in chat. Don't say anything fucking weird. I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay, we don't want that. Because of, right? Like, I'm not doing fucking tours being like, prove me wrong. People should have sex with animals. I'm just a guy who said something honestly in my early 20s when I was naive enough to think that the internet was a place where people could have intelligent, productive conversations on controversial moral philosophical issues with nuance.
Yeah, well, you're not doing that, though. So it all just seems to be a fucking weird dog whistle to justify people jerking off to, or whatever. It's just, this whole thing is so annoying. It's just so fucking boring listening to this guy just say the same thing over and over again while pretending that he's smarter than everybody else because we don't understand him. I mean, honestly, like, at the end of the day, he justified his weird takes about you know, doing animals. He justified his weird takes about CP. And now he's sitting here for the majority of this video just pretending that he's so much smarter than everybody else because we don't get him. And at no point does he think, oh shit, maybe I just don't know how to either I don't know how to effectively communicate, or maybe I'm just wrong. Like, maybe it's one of those. No, we're just too fucking stupid to understand his big morally philosophical brain. That's the entire video. We're all dumb, and he's the smart one. So, okay, cool.
That's my fucking crime, and I've been defending myself ever since. And I only talk about it when people demand a fucking response. I'm not going on fucking book tours, going to college campus. I'm not hosting panels. I'm not even applying for panels, talking about this shit. So to pretend as though my thoughts in here are a crime because they're dangerous, stop fucking promoting them then. Stop fucking promoting them. Anyway. All right. Is that it? Like, is there anything?
I fucking hope to Christ.
Oh yeah, people are misinterpreting that. But here's the thing. Even the worst case, most uncharitable interpretation of anything I've said is still cancel him because he thinks blank. Right? Even if it were the most uncharitable version, excuse me, of what I've said, that's still it. He thinks blank. Fuck off. Literally just Karen shit. Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that's it, right? We covered everything? Oh yeah, and the only reason I'm mentioning this video now is because it is set to 18 plus, which was not a decision they made, and it's because it got fucking dinged by YouTube community guidelines. And then in his community posts, he's saying that it was dinged for a completely other reason, and Nick just kind of believes him on that. He shows that, like, oh, the timestamp's wrong on the thing that they sent, which has happened to me a billion times. Like, anybody who's been on YouTube would know. Like, if you get like any kind of like strike from YouTube, or you know, if you get anything from YouTube, more often than not, the timestamp's wrong, right? When I got dinged for having like 9/11 footage in one of my videos as a joke, like way back when, okay. I had to surf around because the timestamp they provided, I was like, what? That just leads to a random thing. What? And then you have to surf around and be like, oh, okay, this is probably the issue. Either Rob doesn't understand that, or he's coping and lying.
I don't know, this pretty new thing that they give you a timestamp, so I don't really know what you're talking about. When you say a long time ago, this is like maybe a year that they've been giving people specific timestamps to help them more accurately parse through like the problems that they have. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but like I've never had an issue where the timestamp was like wrong Usually it's like accurate, so I don't know, but maybe.
It's kind of weird. I still, legit, I still don't understand. Why is it important? Why is it important for the username and description of those images with the race of the people and who's penetrating who? Why is that important? The only reason I can think of is that you want traffic directed there. I cannot think of another reason.
You haven't stopped talking about it, so I'm pretty sure you want traffic directed there, so.
Anyway, yeah, whatever. Lame shit. Lame shit is going to keep coming, so maybe I'll just ignore it from here on out, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see. No promises. No promises, because I don't fucking know what they're going to do. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully other people that cover this, if they really feel like it's really important that they need to cover it, do it in a more charitable way than Nick did, because that was just kind of sad and blackpilling, honestly. But,
very blackpilling.
All right, thank you.
That video is terrible. I hated it. Holy fuck. Watch. We actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but we watched that on 50% increased speed. I'm not kidding. He talks so slow that was 50% increased speed. Did you guys know that? Here, I'll put it on regular speed. I'll let you guys, we'll get the whiplash from it.
Everything enabled so that anyone with an under 18 account cannot access the explicit material. And yet, in his stream, he's making fucking joke. He doesn't mention that. He doesn't mention that I sent that DM to him. He talked about the other DMs I sent to him. Doesn't mention that.
Yeah, so that's how he actually talks.